Hello and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Blackwood Hollow, my park in Planet Coaster 2. So yeah, if you can see off in the distance there, you can see what my next theme is, and I'll show you that very shortly. But first I'm going to go over a couple of things that I've done in the meantime. I themed up this area a bit more. I made like a fake tunnel thing. It's really annoying because there's actually a gap there. Yeah, which is annoying, but you can do what you can do. Just some fencing and stuff, and just some random plants. Put some street lights through, and did put the signs on like I said I was going to do. So there's guest services on that side, and on the other side it just says tickets. Yep, very basic. But then we have some trim and stuff that I've added to the buildings just to make them a bit more decorated because they looked awful. Still not too happy with these two towers. I don't know if there's anything I can do with those. I'll have a look like another time. But I just want to crack on with the main themed areas at the moment, and I can just do all these things later if needs be. Yeah, just more trim and stuff to those. I changed the sign on the shop, and I also added a roof and some lights, so now it looks a lot more realistic, and I'm really happy with this actually. Very basic. One thing I do need is a way to add like inside walls, if that makes sense. We need like a wallpaper or something, just so then everything doesn't look too samey. There's probably ways to do it with like art shapes and stuff, but it'll probably take a lot of time, which I'm not really interested in doing to save piece count and stuff. Although saying that, my newest area has a load of pieces, and I'm only 46 on the scale, so there's still room for a lot more, which I'm really happy with. I do need to change that to like a proper gate because that's not cutting it at the moment. But that can change down the line. Also here, just some bushes and stuff, a little seating area just to break up the main plaza. We're going to need some stuff to break this up because it is very plain and boring. Then we also have the island, which I said I was going to add there. And I built this little stairway with some rocks up to the first themed area, which I showed in the last episode, so check that out. Just one more thing to add, I did add a sign. It's called the Refinery, so I've given it a name. So that's quite cool, very happy with that sign. And then this bar here, I just called it Bar 9 because it is Sector 9 the area, so that should be Bar 9. I've also let guests into the park, and this is like the busiest ride I've got. No one seems too fussed about the coasters, but that's probably because the throughput's so good, so that's something to be proud of. But yes, if I go into Heap Cam and we go around here, we can see the new themed area. So here we go. That is the new theme, Transylvania, and there are a load of references to Transylvania in this section because that's what inspired this build. I've always wanted to do it in Planet Coaster, and I thought now's the time. We got the sorcery pack, and that adds loads, and it just shows what you can make if you're a bit creative and don't go with like the generic things they give you, and you go out and make your own things. You can get some really good results. I'm really happy with this area, and I'm not even going to lie, it's probably one of the best things, realistic things I've made, as you'll see. But yeah, just the big sign archway here with some walls, like very castle-like, and we've got like the vampire creature of the night there, holding the sign up with the hooded figures either side, which is really cool. So as we come down here, we've got these stairs with walls with like a handrail, using like the sorcery pack lights and stuff. Little sign there, beware vampires. That's really cool. Really happy with that. And we just have a little seating area here with a big clock tower. I want to try the clock tower because there's a lot of clock towers and stuff in Transylvania. And yeah, just broke up this area a bit more. Also, obviously, it's the main attraction of like the area. We have the castle up there. I'll show you a closer look in a second. But I'm really happy with that. It's straight out of Transylvania, and I love it. Yeah, then we have this little main street area here with like some old town houses, which is really cool. It's like a proper old school alleyway, and I'm really happy with that. And you can see in the distance my brand new B&M wing coaster, which I will show you in due time. But yeah, we have a coffee shop here, very well themed. No, it's literally just tables. Couple of shops and some tables. There is a themed restaurant which is a bit more themed, but I don't really do interiors because it doesn't really show up. I might do it in a future build, potentially, like do some proper indoor themed areas, but for now I'm just going to leave it. What way should we go first? I think around here. So if we go around here, we have these lovely flower beds and stuff. A lot of natural stuff around here, and using a lot of the fir trees, because obviously it's based on Transylvania, which is a alpine. Is it alpine? It's got a lot of fir trees, that's what I'm going to say. But we have Dracula's Carousel, very basic sign, but it just goes against the norm of a regular carousel. It's just got a darker twist, and it plays dark music as well. There we go, so we've got some spooky music as it goes around, which is good. Really happy with that. Something a bit different to normal. And then we come around to this bit, which is the second gate, exactly the same as the first one. I literally just copy and pasted it and planted it down. And then we have like this area here. We'll go down the actual castle section in a minute, because that's probably one of the best things I've done. Yeah, coming up this way, we have this little tavern here, which I've named Belmont Tavern. So that's yet another reference to Castlevania, and this is a bit more themed on the inside. So it's like a pub basically. It would sell alcohol. This is my park, I can do what I want. So it'll be like a pub where you can get food and stuff, which is really cool. Just with some foliage and stuff on the outside, and I did like a crest and stuff, which would be like the Belmont crest. I was thinking of adding like a chain with like a morning star on the end, but it didn't really work. It'd be good if there was a statue I could use, but there's nothing that really works. Yeah, if we go back to the main street here, just links up to that area which I showed you. I will show you aerial shots at the end. Then we come around to our main ride of the area, which I've named Vampire Bat. I was going to just call it Vampire or Dracula or something like that, but I just thought there's probably posters out there named that. Obviously we have Vampire at Chessington, and yeah, we don't really want to rip that off, so Vampire Bat it was. We've got the ride logo there, which is pretty cool. Very, very basic, but does the job. And then we have a little graveyard theme here, so yeah, might as well go on at the moment. See, we have this statue there of Dracula around here, which has a graveyard and like a mausoleum at the top there with loads of ivy and stuff hanging off, and obviously you've got a really cool view of Dracula's castle there. Very nice. And then we come around here, past the photo shop where you buy the photos. Yeah, just cattle pen here. Around here, more cattle pen. And then you have this little interaction with the coaster here, which is really nice. Obviously if they don't die fencing, so then people can't jump in front of the trains. I thought I'd this queue cover here, it's just like a bit different, just something cheap they would have put in, which is actually pretty cool. Little crypt, and then we go up to the main queue, up to the station here, where you can get on the ride. And this is very inspired by Swarm at Thorpe Park. The idea is that it's a damaged, broken down church. The roof's missing because a vampire bat's flown in, like a massive monster vampire bat. It's flown in and destroyed the roof of the church as it swooped in. Because obviously, like the church and stuff, it's like holy water and stuff is in Castlevania. Dracula's allergic to Christianity, essentially. But I'll show you the themed cars. They are the best themed cars you'll ever see. So if we just zoom in, I wanted to make it look like the Swarm, but with like a bat face, and this was the best I could do, keeping the piece count low. So if I added more, the piece count would freak out a bit, and the more you add, the more the limit in the I don't even know what it's called, the complexity meter, would freak out the more things I added. So it's literally just a couple of art shapes. With some wings and some spikes, but if it does the job. And if we turn nighttime on, they glow in the dark, which is exactly what I wanted. Like, look how cool that looks. You got to admit, it does have its pros. So go back to 1 o'clock. But yeah, I'll show you the station building. Very Swarm-esque. Let's go on the ride. Just put it on the test run, just so it actually goes, because no one seems to be riding this for some reason. Not a clue why. But here we go, up the lift hill. We'll skip that. Nobody's interested in that. So here we go. So we have this dive down here into the first element, which is an Immelman. This is more of a floater than a thrill ride. It's got more floaty elements. So we go into the 0G roll, bet that'll feel wicked, into this head chopper where the camera is. And then we go down into this massive section here with a big tunnel. Then over another airtime hill, past the station, up past the castle there, down into this slow down section before it goes into the station. So yeah, not a very long ride, but I didn't really want it to be anything too exciting. I wanted it to be more floaty rather than intense. That's probably why no one's riding it, because everyone likes the intense rides. Yep, another themed backstage area here, which I'll show you, but that's basically the ride. You don't want to see the end. Open it up there. But yeah, very happy with it. If we get a wider shot here, you can see the full thing. Yeah, nice and twisty, and I wanted it to interact with all of the area, which it did, and I'm really happy with it, especially the area on the right there, which is like the vampire's domain. I'll show you the backstage area. We've got this lorry here. This is Villa and Nidwalden, which is the B&M rip-off that Planet Coaster have done, which is, I think that's quite cool. Just a little touch, just to show that they're maintaining the ride and stuff and keeping them up to date. We have the maintenance shed there, very basic and very simple, which I like. Yeah, again, no theming, although there is a cattle grid. Just some sort of mesh metal thing there, just that the people would walk on to fix the rides. Proper cool transfer track here, really happy with that. Got the barrow there, just a bit more realism. I'll show you another bit of backstage area just here. Just some stairs here that will come up to Dracula's castle, just so that can be maintained, and I'll show you that now. So there we go. Look how cool that looks. So we have like gargoyles, and at night I'll show you that at the end how it looks at night. But we've got the gargoyles here, some stakes and stuff, because obviously like Vlad the Impaler. I was thinking of putting skulls or something on it. I don't know if there is any skulls in the game, but that's probably a bit too dark. I wanted it to be a soft Transylvania theme rather than horror. But yeah, look how cool this looks with all the spires and like the, I don't even know what you'd call it, but like the bits hanging off the edge there, which is a bit like Castlevania, the series on Netflix. I just wanted it to look really like foreboding, and it's the main centerpiece of the area. I don't know if I put it too high, but you get a really good view of it from all over the area, which is what I wanted. And yeah, this has gone from more of a budget park to a bit of a bigger budget park, let's say. But I wanted to go quite hard with the theming. Yeah, here we have Dracula there. There's a little quote on the side, reference to Castlevania. It's one of the ones with Richter in. Is it Dracula X? Or I can't remember. Rondi of Blood? I think it might be that one, but I'm not too sure. And there he's got a little vial of blood with a glass of blood there. Or wine, depending on what you want to say it is. But yeah, I thought that was a neat little touch to add. So that was the coaster. Just going through the 0G roll now. That's so cool, I'm really happy with that. Also, if we look down here, this is another realistic thing I've done. We've got that, which is like a pull sign, unfortunately. It'd be good if there's more warning signs and stuff, but we've got like the ladder, and look, there's like a gate there, which leads to here, so then they can do maintenance on this part of the track if it needed it. And I've like made it really grotty, added drains and stuff, so then water can drain from it. But yeah, it's really realistic to how it would be. It wouldn't be heavily themed, because like the park wouldn't have that much money to make that really themed, so I just thought a little tunnel like that would be wicked, and yeah, I'm really happy with that. And like you get some really cool shots of the coaster coming through and swooping down. Right, so once you're off the ride, I'll just show you this area here. This is like an entrance to more of the backstage. Obviously we've got the door there into the operator's booth. And then this little outside section, obviously you can get access to the station or the maintenance area here, which is very nice. But let's go back into first person. There we go, off the ride. Oh, not too happy about that support being there. Might have to change that. That's a do it later thing. That one there as well. Oh, screw it. We'll keep them for now, but I might change that down the line. Keep your eyes peeled. Yeah, here's the photo shop. As you can see there, we have the on-ride photos. I am really happy with the car. Like, I mean, if you squint, you can tell it's a bat. It's got the wings, which is the Manta ray pieces, which is really cool. So yeah, you can do a lot with the pieces we have. But yeah, just a basic. That would have been a cheap build, and they just plonked there just so they could sell photos. But yeah, straight down to this area, which is where like the vampires would live. This is like the vampire castle section. So there we go, Mortals Be Gone, with a big statue of Dracula there. More safety netting, which was literally just copied from the Gersler I built. Oh, perfect time, look at that. Oh, wicked. Really pleased with that. But yeah, we're coming to this area and there's a flat ride I've named the Stake, whether that's a reference to being burnt at the stake or just vampires and not liking not liking steaks in general and whatnot. But yeah, just a generic swing ride. I don't actually know what this is called in real life. But there's some light theming, just a little Dracula thing on the side. And at the top, just a gear. I've themed it around fire. Like being burnt at the stake, which is why the ride sign has like the flames. And if we go there we go. We actually have some on-ride fire, which like the ride swoops past. I don't think it'd burn your feet in real life. But yeah, it's doing what Nemesis Inferno couldn't. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty cool idea, and it ties into like the medieval, like dark theme of vampires and stuff, which I'm really pleased with. Just another generic toilet block there, with a like castle, and then this is just a like show building. There's nothing there. I just wanted something that you could walk through in like this little section. There's not a whole lot of shops and stuff here. I don't know if I could make that into something. I just don't know what, because we don't have a lot of things in the game. It's really annoying. But yeah, as you come around here, we have this donut shop, Dracula Donuts, because I don't know about you, but I bloody love it when you go to a theme park and have those donuts, like the proper classic, like seaside donuts, the ones that are rolled in sugar. Oh, they are unreal. But yeah, I just wanted to make one of those because I bloody love those shops. And I got like the spinning donuts there, and I made this little mascot. It was supposed to be like Dracula. It's really bad, but I'm quite happy with it. And then a little menu on the side there. It is Viva la Vegan, because we don't have any donut shops in this game. Like I was saying, there's hardly any shops. But yeah, just tied it into the colours of that. And yeah, that's the job as a little shop which sells donuts. More interaction with the coaster there as it swoops around here. We've got a staff building here, which is themed around a little castle. It's just some more generic theming. And that is the whole area on foot. I'll show you a big shot from above. So yeah, this is the whole area. So obviously on the left you've got like the clock tower and stuff that I showed through the main street that goes onto the ride area here with all these townhouse buildings. I don't really know the theme, like a churchyard type thing. That's the main ride area, like a churchyard, churchy area. And then it comes round over the bridge into Vampire Castle section, where all the vampires would live, using all the cool new spies and stuff with spikes just to make it look foreboding and menacing. I really like how that interacts with the zero-G roll. Like, look how picturesque it is. You've got the tree in the middle, Dracula in the middle, the bridge with the zero-G roll flying over the top. Like, you could get some wicked photos with that. And then some more naturally bits down here with the staff and stuff. It's a very natural ride area as well, I think. Like around here, it's all just trees and stuff, which is cool. It lives up to the name of like Vampire Bat. It's about flying through like nature and Castlevania and stuff. I keep saying Castlevania, Transylvania. Let's just get it coming round. We'll see at this section. So there it goes, up over there. Through the 0G roll. Into the turnaround and then into the tunnel. But yeah, that is basically the area. Also, just another one thing to add. I've added like the maintenance roads all the way around the back, and I'll carry that on into the next themed area around here, which you'll get a teaser for at the end of this video. It's going to be a really interesting theme. It is copied a little bit from one of the Merlin parks. You'll know which when you see it. But yeah, I've always wanted to do a theme themed around the theme I'm thinking of. I'm not going to mention it because then it's a surprise for the next episode. But it's quite a dark themed park. There, it's going to be a darker theme. A lot of this theme park is quite dark. I suppose that's what I've always wanted to do. And in Blackford Hollow, it sounds a bit like Halloweeny and dark. And yeah, that's probably going to be the rest of the theme for the park, dark and eerie and stuff. But yeah, it's going to be cool. Right, so let's just have a look at this place at night. So if we go over to nighttime, everything's going to slowly glow. So we themed up Dracula's castle there really nice with the red glow. That looks so cool from the distance, doesn't it? Really spooky. And we've got like the flames on the gates there. Don't think they'd be real flames or maybe they would be real flames in real life. Yeah, they would be. It's not a budget park anymore. But yeah, look how cozy that little street is. It's got the ride name there, which is glowing. The mausoleum area. And then I went for a more purple theme for the vampire section, which is quite nice. But yeah, I think it's very cool at night. And there you can see the poster, which glows as it goes past. I love how it lights up all the scenery around it. I bet the tunnel looks wicked. Let's see as it goes through the tunnel. Right, here we go. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. Brilliant. But yeah, that's the area at night. So just while I end the video off, we'll have a little glimpse of this coaster going round. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Of course, we have the teaser coming up, so keep an eye out for that. If you do enjoy the series, do consider giving it a like, maybe subscribe, because that'd be very much appreciated. It helps the channel out. Although if you don't really like this content, just give me some criticism in the comments and I'll try and address the things that I'm not very good at, because obviously I'm not great at YouTube and stuff. But yeah, I'm really pleased with this area. I think it's really cool. Obviously, if you have any suggestions for like other themes and stuff, because I think I could do maybe 3 more themes, including the next one. So if you have any ideas for themes, drop them in the comments. But everything's got a name, and I'm going to name everything myself and do everything myself. But just suggestions for areas. I am waffling now. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and of course I'll see you in the next video.